We are Witches Who Podcast.
Hey, Shelby.
Hey, Dee.
Anything weird happened to you lately?
Yes, this actually just happened to you yesterday and this morning, technically. So yesterday was every day is exhausting when you're freaking 8 months pregnant with twins, but yesterday was excruciatingly was just more exhausting. I had like doctor's appointments and just a bunch of crap going on. And so I was so tired. I'm sitting on the couch and Christian was like, I'll make dinner tonight. Like, don't worry about it. And it was like 7 o'clock. And I'm like, when is he planning to make freaking dinner? Like, what's going on? So I'm like texting him. I'm like, are you still going to make dinner? Where are you? He's like, oh, I'm in the shower. I totally forgot I said that. And I'm like, okay, well, you don't have to. Like, I thought you had a plan, so I didn't do anything. And he came down and made dinner. But before that, like right when I was texting him that, I was like, what is going on? And it was quiet. It was like kind of like, it was almost dark. It's like, 7 p.m. right now. It stays light pretty long. And so I'm sitting in here, none of the lights are on. It's just kind of like dark. And I think I was just like, either I was doom scrolling on Instagram or I was doing something on my phone. Like the TV wasn't on, nothing. And right when I texted him that, all of a sudden I heard something crash in the kitchen. Like something fell. And I was like, what the heck was that? Like, that was weird. Like, and it looks pretty much exactly how it looks right now. Like there were no dishes because we hadn't made dinner yet. The dishwasher wasn't on, nothing was on. So like, there was no like vibration that could have caused anything to knock over. And so I was like, what the heck was that? And I was like, Christian's in the shower, which is like, I don't think it's above, where's our room? Our room would be like right here. So he wouldn't be like, there's not like vibrations or, you know what I mean? That would cause anything to move. So I get up and I go over there and I'm like looking on the counter. I'm like, what could have made this specific noise? And the only thing that I found that was like in disarray that could have made this specific noise that I heard was I have this little owl on my kitchen altar. So it's in the window. I have a really cute little altar going on for those of you that can't see my kitchen. In the windowsill is like, it's got plants. It's got just little knick-knack things that I love. And one of them is this little ceramic. It's actually a Le Creuset owl that you put in a pie.
Oh.
You know, the pie birds or whatever they are, and they sing when the pie is done, you know?
No, I had no idea that existed, but that sounds fun and
you
cute.
like put them in the middle of your pie and like, it's like the steam whistle, like a teapot kind of thing.
Oh, that's cute.
And so I have one. It's actually Hedwig from Harry Potter.
Of course.
Because Le Creuset has the entire Harry Potter line and I'm obsessed. So, and those are like the best gifts you can buy me is my two favorite things, Le Creuset cookware and Harry Potter. And so if they came out with an alien line, could you imagine? I'd have everything. It's a problem. But anyway, so it's sitting and I put it back. You can probably kind of see it. If you like, there's a plant that's on the counter right above it. It's that little white owl that's shoved in the corner.
I see that.
Well, it's behind another plant that I have. It's like a vine plant. So it had to have and it's kind of pushed back too. So it had to slide forward and fall over the plant to hit the counter. So cause
had to take a little leap.
Yeah, it basically had to leap and it had to dodge not just the vine plant, but the other plant that's on the counter to hit the counter. Because it should have just fallen straight into the pot, like right there.
So you found that on the counter?
That was on the counter.
Owl.
Yeah, and it's been there for years. Like, I've never used it. It's basically, I love owls. They're one of my spirit animals. And it's always just kind of been a part of like this kitchen altar right there. Always in the same spot, never moved, never touched it, never used it, nothing. And even if I did move it or Christian moved it or somebody moved it, why would it fall down? It's solid. It's ceramic. Like it's not like a little like.
It wasn't in a space where it could have been.
It was like teeter-tottering or like, nope, it's not. And so I put it right back where it is. It's always been there, very secure, snug in the corner.
Interesting.
And it slid and fell. I was like, there's something about my kitchen that is like a hot spot for like crap. I don't know.
Well, that's where the
Stuff
pastries
moves.
fell that one time. Slide and fall.
And so then it gets better.
Oh.
This morning, Christian and I got up getting ready for work. It's early. I don't know what time it was. Early enough that I'm still like, and he's already in the bathroom, like brushing his teeth, doing whatever. And he goes, hey, like I'm sitting on like my bed, like preparing myself to stand, And he's like, did you open the window last night? I'm like, what window? He's like, this one. I was like, I can't see you. Need you to describe this window. But the bathroom window, like in between like the shower and like the sinks, we have like a little window and blinds, and the blinds were all like messed up, going different directions. Like they look just like the ones behind me. Like they were like a flip flopped and all weird. And the window was slightly open. And he's like, "Did you open this window?" I was like, "No. Why would I open the window? The air's on."
Yeah.
And no, I just don't do that. Like, no. And he's like, "This is really strange. Like, why is this window open?" And I was like, "I don't know." And then I tell him about the owl thing. And so then, of course, he has to backtrack and be like, "I remember having dreams last night. I probably did it in my sleep, thinking that something like something was going on. I was probably
One of
freaking
his
out."
night terrors, and you went and messed with the window and slightly open it.
Yeah, which isn't, he has a valid point. He could. That's very possible.
Do you sleep through his night terrors now?
That's the thing, though, is I don't.
Okay.
I always wake up.
Okay.
But now I'm like second guessing it of like,
was I asleep?
Did I sleep through that? Because I always wake up and I always remember them, because I start interacting with them now. I'm like, because I'm trying to get him to just go back to sleep. I'm like, "I don't think there's anything out there. I think you're okay." Like, or I'll play into it if I'm like not even tired. I'll be like, "What's out there? Should we leave?" Like, it's so sad. It's messed up, but so
what a horrible wife you are.
I tell him I do it now.
Yeah. What did he say?
He's like, "What happened? What am I doing?" I was like, "I don't know." It's most of the time you can't really understand anything he's saying. He's still in his own thing. But sometimes he'll respond and be like, "Yeah," or,
How funny. Okay.
But I really don't think it was that. I really don't, because I would have heard him mess up the blinds and like.
Yeah. Your bathroom is haunted all around.
Yes, so it's like the two spots that are known for energy.
Bathroom and your kitchen.
Yeah, and the both of them.
They said the kitchen holds money.
Oh,
I'm not sure about the
that's interesting.
bathroom. Yeah, that's why you always want to like really feng shui your kitchen. Like clean it spotless and make sure things are neat.
That makes total sense.
But okay, well, that may be for another episode. Kitchen and bathrooms and how you can bring abundance through them.
Yeah, I like feng shui kind of, but like different, like almost like energetic hygiene kind of thing.
Yes, but but also in your house, your kitchen definitely, because it's like
Yeah, I don't know what I've done. I mean, obviously, and then I had this like vision as I was like walking down the stairs of like just all the cabinets and stuff being open.
Oh my gosh, I would freak out. Like every cabinet open, it's just like, I'm the only one here, and
so
no, thank you.
I can't reach half the cabinets right now, so
that is so inconvenient.
I know.
It's just like, come on, I'm 8 months pregnant, and
so I'm really curious, like what else is gonna happen? You know what I mean? I keep asking for it, and the funny thing too is like, I expect myself to be scared in those situations.
Okay.
But I don't have that guttural response.
Ooh.
And it's been like that, like this entire pregnancy. Like I keep expecting to feel this like some kind of like cortisol spike or something. And I just like, I've been so level. Like I'm not scared. Even like in like scenarios where I should be mad about something.
Maybe
or
it's your kids doing it.
Yeah. Maybe it's
they're like,
their little spirits are like.
Like, haha, let's see how much we can. She's been asking for poltergeist. Here we go.
Yeah, right.
Wow, incredible.
I can't wait for these kids to come out. They're going to be so creepy. It's going to be so great.
I love it.
They're going to convince Dad that freaking ghosts are real. That's what's going to happen.
He's going to have to see them like levitating or making something.
He's going to have to physically see a ghost is what's going to happen. Or just a kid floating because, one of the ghosts is holding one of the babies or something. If there are ghosts in here, which I know there are, please. Help me.
Help me convince my husband. Do something like enough. I know. Like I'm looking at Shelby over on her stove has like the little, what is it, like a teapot?
Oh, my tea kettle?
Kettle. And I'm like, okay, thank you. I'm like, if that just slides from that burner to the other, it's just be like,
I know.
Yeah, so it'd be better if you actually put water in it and or turn it on and make me some tea, right?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Don't just
be helpful.
But I'm wondering,
do
like,
the dishes.
If Christian was sitting here and he says that, it's like, no, did my eyes trick me? Or that little broom that you have hanging, like suddenly comes off the hook. And falls. It's like, oh, it could have, like, always trying to.
He'll always try to rationalize it, and I will always go the other end of nope, it's haunted. Like no matter what, my default is haunted. He's like, okay, there's probably like a mouse. I'm like, nope, haunted.
My gosh, I love that. Oh, well, today
Oh
we're
my
talking
God.
about some paranormal stuff.
Yes, so excited. But before that, I'm Shelby.
And I am Dee.
And we are Witches Who Podcast. And today I'm stoked for. We're talking all about portals, portal hotspots around the world,
Hotspots and
teleportation, and then of course government conspiracies.
always. But teleportation, I feel like, of course, algorithm is always there, but I've seen it more. Like I've just kind of people, I don't like, okay, have I been living under a rock and people like not talking about it? But I've just like giving you techniques on how to do this and that. So I was meditating, just really kind of funny story. I was meditating and I've been really good about my meditation practice. And I was like, oh, what if I try this technique? And they're saying like, if you go, I can't remember, there was a particular frequency actually for that one that you're listening to, and then you just relax the body completely. Like, and you visualize yourself somewhere else, but with that same frequency and energy. And you just materialize somewhere else.
Like physically?
Yes, but it looks like you're sleeping somewhere.
Okay, this makes sense.
But you actually like, so I was like, okay, is that remote viewing? Because now you're just standing there.
It's just your energy body?
Your energy body, but apparently it can also materialize there
And
for
people
a
can
period.
see you?
Yeah, they can once you kind of come back and
So you're kind of like a ghost.
for a little bit, and then you can materialize into, oh, I want to see XYZ.
Interesting.
So I was like, oh, what if and I started to get very relaxed that I freaked myself out.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, what if like I'm halfway here, halfway there, and it's like, you know, have a torso up, legs over here, and it just was like, oh, or half a hand. And I was like,
That's
okay, I don't
so
think I'm
funny.
ready for that.
I
Maybe
love
not yet.
that. That's so funny.
Not quite so ready.
Well, that's consistent with a little bit of research that I did about like physics and like, is it actually possible? And like humans, like we're matter, right? So we can only travel like as fast as the speed of light. So it's not physically, obviously these are scientists and they have to say this, right? It's not physically possible to teleport because of that, like instantaneously.
Yeah.
But if we're materialized, but there was also a thing that said like technically you'd be like a clone of you.
Yes.
Yeah. So what you're saying,
Like your vessel, like it's like you have to be tethered.
Yeah.
In order to kind of like return.
Yeah.
So like Yogananda, you know, he like ultimately he died of a heart attack is what they were saying, but he kind of like transition, or what is the word I'm looking, alchemize himself into a higher frequency. That's why he's like the biggest kind of mystery.
so interesting.
That he was able to slow down his heart rate so much and like be almost like declared dead. And then he can come back to his body.
That was insane.
And just be like, oh, I was just, you know, down the street getting some gelato or something. You know,
So
type of
crazy.
thing. So, but I'm like, okay, we're going into something else now. But
I
like,
know.
okay, if you're doing this, it's like, okay, so remote viewing, you're there. But I do feel that with remote viewing, the times I've done it, it's I'm more and more of a ghost. Like unless the person is really tapped in or the situation is very highly sensitive to other energies, they'll be able to sense me that I'm around. Otherwise, I can go and snoop.
Totally. That makes sense. And there's also like I've heard cases of like using these like what you're gonna talk about right now with these portals, using these portals to send objects. Like I've heard there was a couple of cases where it was like you go into like the meditative state, like you're gonna rope you to different planets, or you're connecting with different energies, like maybe extraterrestrials or maybe just some other whatever, where they can actually send you like physical items energetically through these like wormholes and like portals.
I love that. Oh, it reminded me of like Doctor Strange, where he does like these, and opens, and suddenly, you know, I can just do this at my house, and it's like, hey, Shelby, here is your food for today.
Right?
Bye.
Gosh, that'd be so amazing.
Yeah, just like open, close, but also with boundaries, because we don't want suddenly, you know.
Think of how we could like revolutionize Uber Eats.
Yeah,
You know, like be selling this shit to Amazon and be like billionaires.
Oh gosh, I know. Soon enough. Soon enough. So we are going to Chad kind of round it up to we're talking about, of course, about portals. So I'm going to talk about like the most known portals in the world. We know the Great Pyramids of Giza in Egypt. So it's said that the pyramids of Giza are aligned with the Orion constellation in the Sirius star system. And then ancient texts and esoteric traditions suggest the pyramid was not just a tomb, but a stargate a stargate or energy chamber used for ascension and connection to higher realms. Considered a power spot where earth energies and cosmic energies merge. Many believe that the king's chamber acts as an amplifier of consciousness. And I don't know if you remember, but we were talking, I want to say it was on the Lion's Gate. And I always thought they were like little charge stations. Like, I don't know. I just feel them like batteries.
I wonder
those
like
amplifiers.
if we were to practice, like do some of these practices you're going to talk about later, like on the lines at the peak of the portal. So your birthday at the Pyramid of Giza when it's all in line.
Happy birthday.
What would
She's
happen? Yeah, she just vanishes in thin air.
Or
Like-
all that, it would be just like the people that drink the Kool-Aid, unfortunately, right? It's just suddenly it's like, whoa, they're not there.
So funny.
Oh, yeah, interesting.
Wow.
So at the Pyramid of Giza, a lot of visitors have reported strange light abnormalities, energy surges, and profound out-of-body or mystical experiences inside. How crazy is that?
Inside the pyramid?
Inside the pyramid.
Wow.
I don't doubt it outside too, but
Yeah, seriously.
inside.
Interesting.
Machu Picchu in Intihuatana stone, and this one is in Peru.
Yeah.
So the hitching post of the sun is thought to be the solar portal connecting Earth to cosmic rhythms. Shamans view it as a place of interdimensional travel and communication with star beings. And I know, I've never been to Peru, but I know that they say it's a lot of ET energy. And sensitive visitors often feel shifts in time, visions, and sudden bursts of intuitive knowledge. You know, right now, I don't know if I was talking to you, someone semi-recently mentioned that they were, I don't know if it was them or somebody really close to them, that somebody was in Peru, either it was them or somebody else, I can't remember, but that they were, I'm thinking around the stone, because they said it was like the pyramid, but there was something very particular about this area. And, you know, it's kind of like if we go together and, hey, I'm going to go this way, you go that way, I'm going to explore here. They were lost for like a long time. And finally they came back and they found, like if they went around and found their group again, and it's like, hey, and they're like, where have you been? It's been like 3 hours. And it's like, I just went around the corner.
Whoa.
Isn't that nuts?
That's nuts. Yeah.
Like the person is thinking, I'm just going around the corner, looking at things. And then 3 hours pass by.
What the heck happened in that 3-hour period? Like,
I don't know.
what?
Yeah.
I wonder what that looked like to other people. Did she just disappear? Did she transport?
know.
Or was she like moving really slow?
Well, they couldn't find the person. I can't remember if my friend was telling me. Well, it was
was
somebody
just
I know.
on
It
a
was my friend.
different
Somebody.
plane.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't remember if they say it was
Whoa.
them or if they were. I should have paid better attention. Wow. Or if it was somebody else. But how crazy was that? That it was like 3 hours, and they're like, "Where were
that's a
you?" So
long
clearly,
time.
they didn't see the person.
Yeah.
Because they were like,
yeah.
where were you? They were looking for that person in that area, and
That's
you
insane.
couldn't see them.
Yeah. Interesting.
Crazy. I know.
Like, what a bummer to lose that much time and have no idea. And then you're like, no, I just walked around the block. Like, damn, like, I wish something good would have happened. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I
just
mean?
looking
Like,
at the same thing. Nothing
Yeah.
has changed much. It's just like you're invisible for that point of time. The Sedona vortexes.
ooh, yeah, I've heard a lot about this. Sedona.
Arizona, here in the U.S. Sedona is considered one of the Earth's strongest energy vortex regions. Certain rock formations like Cathedral Rock, Bell Rock, are said to create spirals of energy. I really want to go, actually. Every time I tell
too.
people I haven't been to Sedona, you've never
Me
been either?
neither. I
They're always
know.
like, how can you not have been there? Oh
Yeah,
my
I've
gosh.
been everywhere else in
It's like-
Arizona, just not there. Like, what the heck?
There's a reason maybe why we haven't gone.
Yeah, maybe.
So vortexes amplify meditation, healing, and psychic ability. Some believe they are interdimensional doorways, which I truly believe that in meditation or just tapping into your abilities, anything like really tapping in, it can always be an interdimensional doorway. Like we
Yeah.
open those portals, I sometimes during meditation.
Yeah, definitely.
So in Arizona and Sedona, freaking UFO sightings, orbs, shadow beings, and strong emotional or energetic reactions from the visitors.
Interesting.
Stonehenge, England.
Of course.
So go listen to our episode with Joanna Turner. She's phenomenal, and she spoke a lot on some portals and how Scotland has a portal open now. But Stonehenge, an ancient stone circle aligned with solstices, plural. Some theories suggest it was used for ritual, stargazing, and perhaps as a portal connecting Earth and cosmic forces, so just like the Pyramid of Giza. Functions like an energy circuit, where the stones act as conductors for ley lines, the Earth energy grids. And you see how all the things are like either triangular or a circle.
Yeah, like that pyramid and the yeah, you're right. Yeah, even like Machu Picchu, all of it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so interesting. Yeah, and that reminded me of like Joanna's episode too. Like, definitely go back and listen to that one where she does talk about like how a lot of people like migrate to different places in time and different like places around the world depending on when these portals are like active.
Yeah, without like necessarily
even
knowing.
knowing, yeah.
It's just like, oh, I have a strong, urge to go to Machu Picchu, to go to Egypt, to go to these places.
Yeah.
And it's like suddenly all the spiritual people are like there.
Popping up there. Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy.
But it's like I get those like polls too. Like right now, I was telling you before we started that Göbekli Tepe, which I know you're going to talk about, has been like really popping up for me, and I'm like, I need to go there.
Yeah.
So like more power to the people that actually go. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
Like, cool.
Hey, you can still go.
Yeah.
You're just having babies, not, they can go with you.
That's true.
Fun.
We'll teleport there together.
Teleport, yes, I would say, because, that's a couple of flights or maybe more than two. And whew, all right, maybe we'll go in our private jet.
There we go.
Maybe two, in case yours are crying. I'm kidding.
Take 2 jets.
Yeah.
We'll put them in one. They'll be fine.
Oh, yeah, here you go. So people, when they're there, they report apparitions, glowing lights, time slips.
This is at Stonehenge.
And Stonehenge, yeah, and a heavy sense of being watched.
Oh, I don't like that feeling.
I know.
But that's kind of interesting. Like, watched from where?
I'm not sure.
Like the sky? Or
the inside the stone, the
yeah,
stones have eyes.
Oh.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Interesting. Now, Lake Titicaca in Arumumuru, the portal of Arumumuru. The Lake Titicaca is in Peru, and Aramumuru is in Bolivia. So at Hayumarca lies a carved stone doorway known as Puerta de Hayumarca. Legend says shamans could open it with a golden disc to enter other realms. Golden disc, circle. People believe to connect to Lemurian and ancient star civilizations, a doorway between worlds. People claim to see beings of light, disappearances as well, and even sensations of being pulled into the stone. Ugh. I don't know about that.
Kind of scary.
I know.
Kind of cool though at the same time.
Yeah.
That's
so
interesting.
this Lake Titicaca and that portal is probably at the border of Peru and Bolivia.
Okay.
But yeah, being pulled, yes, we all watch Outlander.
I know.
We're like, we want to go through the stone.
Yeah, hold on.
But I'm like, I don't know. I'm being pulled. Probably our resistance will have us stuck on the stone.
Yeah, that's what would happen.
Yeah.
Just have in, have out.
Another one that I haven't been to, and I think you mentioned you haven't either, Mount Shasta here in California.
No, I've passed it like 700 times, but I've never actually stopped there.
Jeez, I want to go there so bad. Sacred mountain of Native American tradition, consider a portal to other dimensions. Legends of an underground city, Telos, of Lemuria beings persist. And I've seen it I forgot, but there's account on Instagram, and they post everything. I think they do retreats, and there's a
Yeah.
bunch of stuff going there. But their pictures are incredible. And then sometimes I'm like, I'm gonna click on this person that has been tagged here, and this,
Yeah.
I was like, are you kind of AIing these
Exactly.
pictures?
Yeah.
And no, it's like this random, it's like
No,
this
but you'll
person.
find posts on there that are like years old,
Yeah.
like before AI was like a thing.
So, seen as a crown chakra of the earth, which Stonehenge, Joanna said, is the heart
Heartbeat.
chakra
Yeah, you're right.
of the earth. So, Mount Shasta is the crown chakra of the earth, a place of ascension energy. Many spiritual seekers report activation of psychic abilities there. I would love to go. Freaking UFO
beautiful.
sightings, which I've seen a lot. Well, I haven't been there, but I've seen it a lot in their pictures. Missing people cases.
Yeah.
Wouldn't want that.
That one's really interesting too.
Yeah. And strange mists and encounters with mysterious beings. So, yeah, this sounds, but it's, maybe the missing people's case, maybe they jump on a ship and
Yeah.
take off?
Or they go underground and live with the Lemurians, or I don't know.
I want the sun, though.
There's like a whole theory that it's actually like a hollow mountain that inside is just like housing these extraterrestrials or whatever that are here to help Earth move into like the fifth dimension, sixth dimension, whatever.
Oh, I love that.
It's super interesting. But yeah, I've been called to Mount Shasta a lot, but like Lemuria in general,
Yeah.
like I went like,
Hey, can you still travel? Let's go.
yeah,
Babies, hold in there.
You can drive there,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's not that far.
Hold in there.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Let's make sure. Just stay in there. Okay. Wow. Yeah. So it's very interesting to think of it being hollow. And right now that you said hollow, I remember learning about the moon possibly, also being hollow. So interesting.
I like the idea that the moon is like a spaceship,
Oh,
like
me
the Death
too.
Star.
Yes, I love that.
Less death.
Then we have Easter Island, so in Chile, Pacific Ocean. The Moai statues are thought to mark energy lines and possibly act as guardians of portals to the gods.
Sorry.
You okay over there? The island sits on a strong ley line intersection. It's linked to both Lemurian and extraterrestrial myths. People report odd light, spirit contact, and sensations of time standing still.
So interesting.
So crazy. This next one is one of that, I kind of grew up fearing it in a way. Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah, there's a lot of like fear associated with the Bermuda Triangle for sure, I think.
The airplanes kind of like in the
Yeah, like
Atlantic
Amelia
Ocean.
Earhart going missing over the Bermuda Triangle.
Yes. So the infamous triangle zone between Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico, known for ship and plane disappearances.
Yeah.
Some believe it's a natural interdimensional vortex or even a wormhole. Reports include compass malfunction, strange mists, sudden loss of time, and sightings of unexplained craft.
So interesting.
It is. And I'm just like, I don't even know. Just like Miami's way too close to the Bermuda Triangle. I can't go there.
I know, right?
Puerto Rico.
Sorry,
I heard
I'm
it's
out.
beautiful.
Yeah.
And then the Uluru Ayers Rock in Australia, sacred site for Aboriginal people, believed to be a major energy node of Earth. Consider a portal of creation energy where dream time, this quote unquote the spiritual origin realm, connects to the physical reality.
Oh,
Dream time.
I've never
Where
heard that
dream
before.
time, consider a portal of creation energy where dream time connects to physical reality. Interesting. And when people go there, they describe profound visions, hearing ancestral voices, and powerful dreams after being near it. How insane. And we're going to finish with Göbekli Tepe, which is in Turkey. So this is the world's oldest known temple complex that is over 12,000 years old. Its symbolism in circular stone pillars suggests it was used for a cosmic connection, thought to be a portal where humans first connected to higher consciousness. And people with some of the paranormal things that happen, it's like energy workers describe it as a powerful stargate with intense downloads of wisdom when meditating there. But I know other people have felt, dizziness and kind of like some physical sensations.
Yeah.
So with all of these, like some of the common threads across these portals is that they all often lie on ley lines or energy
crazy.
grids. They're tied to ancient civilization. Oh, no. Sorry. To ancient civilizations and star alignments. And they all have paranormal activity, from time slips, UFO sightings, strange lights, mystical visions, and altered states of consciousness. And together, they all metaphysically, they represent doorways to higher awareness, other dimensions, or spiritual awakenings.
Wow. That's so crazy.
I think my two to go to, and I've talked to my husband about it, I was like, I kind of want to go do this, is Mount Shasta in Sedona. And he's been talking about getting a new car.
Road trip.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, okay, I think we're
Totally.
I'm
Like,
gonna.
how far is Sedona from here? Like,
8
hours?
hours? Yeah.
Right? It's not that bad.
No, I know. And we've been wanting to go to Arizona. One of my best friends lives there, and also my cousins.
Yeah,
live
see?
there. And I'm just like, we can go there and do the thing.
it's not in the summer.
And
Just,
my in-laws, I think, have a timeshare
oh,
that every September they go to. So
even better.
I know we have like no excuse. Like
Yeah.
we can go.
Like,
It's just
literally.
like just go.
Yeah. And Shasta's, I feel like, even closer. Maybe
I know.
Or is it about the same?
It may be about.
I think
the
it's
same.
about the
pretty
same.
high up there. Yeah, it's past. Isn't it? It's past San Francisco or
Yeah.
on the
It's
way.
way up there. It's like right,
So
right
it's
at
gonna
the,
be more. It's
the
probably
California-Oregon border.
like 10 hours probably.
No,
9 hours.
maybe.
It's like 8 hours to San Francisco.
Oh, just kidding. I don't know then.
Yes, or 7,
don't
depending
know.
what time you live.
But-
Depending on that LA traffic,
Yeah, exactly. Good point. Yeah, I've passed Mount Shasta countless times because like we'll road trip to Oregon all the time to go see my in-laws that live in Southern Oregon, and it's right off the freeway. I mean, you see it; it's beautiful, it's gigantic. But we've never like gone to the little town or anything like that.
I'm sure you're gonna go after the babies come. Maybe not
Totally.
the first year, but when you go in that
Yeah.
road trip, just stop
Yeah,
before that and
you
just
know,
be like,
just
hey,
maybe we'll spend the night, one night there or something, and then
oh my gosh, watch you come back
would
like
be so
you.
cool.
No mother or no babies or no husband. No, I'm kidding.
I just
Like
teleport out.
energetic. Yeah, it's like,
Just
oh,
ascend
who
straight
knows?
into the sky.
It suddenly it's like no babies, and your mother-in-law calls like, so the kids are here.
Like where
Where are you guys?
Where are you?
How they were in the bushes, like in, in the back.
They just showed up in the car. They drove themselves.
Yeah, it's like what's going on?
So crazy. Yeah, Shasta, that would be really fun because there's also like really cool like retreats like you were saying. It'd be fun to do our own retreat there.
Ooh, you guys ready? Let's do it. Let's
Right?
go.
Yeah, let's do a witches who retreat.
Witches who
whatever.
teleport.
Yeah.
Witches who travel to teleport.
Oh my gosh.
You may not
so
come back
interesting.
though. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
You have to sign,
You have to
like,
sign a waiver. Yeah. It's not our fault if you do not return.
Yeah.
It's funny.
All right. So I am
All right.
excited now.
Well,
how do we get to these places, right?
Exactly.
So I'm super excited for this.
Well, so I always have to go off kilter because that's just, I don't know what happens to me. It's Reddit. Leave me alone. But I went around, I know you were going to go into portals and like stuff like that, like hotspots around the world. So I focused on a little bit more of like teleportation, like dimensional slips, like cases. And then just little hotspots, like a few hotspots that are more tailored to like the teleportation, not necessarily like, I mean, they're still portals, but it was like, they're energetic portals, but more in a sense of like wormhole, like high strange kind of thing. And then of course, we're going to wrap it up with some government conspiracy. So I'm just going to jump right in and talk about these specific cases. So teleportation is the idea that you can like if your physical being can just travel using like the energetic fields, right? Or these wormholes or these portals instantaneously, right? And like we were talking about earlier, it may be more of like an energetic thing where like astral projection or remote viewing, where you're kind of pulling forward this energy body, and it begins to manifest as like a ghost or whatever in a more of a physical form. And and this is also where the idea for Stranger Things came from.
Ooh,
So
okay.
like I don't know if you remember. I mean, I know you're rewatching it right now. So
Okay, I
like
have
back
to
to
say,
season 1.
I had to stop watching it. I'm in the last season because I started to like see things around the house.
Yeah.
And Max, my son, the youngest, watching, he's like, "You're still not watching Stranger Things?" He's like, "Are you still scared?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm not going. So I have to take a break. Sorry.
Yeah,
Have to-
sometimes you have to take a
have to
breather.
take a little break.
You know, I totally get
I
that.
think I am like 4 episodes away from the finale, but I'm sure I'll finish them before the
Before it
fifth
comes out.
season
When's it come
comes
out?
I think November, either October or November in the fall.
I'm so
Okay,
excited
sorry.
for that.
Yeah.
No, I'm so excited for that. But going back to like season 1 of Stranger Things, where I forget what the kid's name was, that was basically communicating through like the upside down, right?
Will.
Like Will was,
Yeah.
and they were using lights and like
Yes.
or whatever.
Uh-huh.
So like that's a physical manifestation of teleportation technically. You can't see him, but his energy
there.
is able to move things
Yeah.
physically and stuff like that. Like he's there. Like he can see you and he can move stuff and you know he's there,
Okay.
but you can't physically see him. So that could be another like idea of
So teleportation
Teleportation.
doesn't have to be like I'm sitting in this couch and then I'm sitting, we're sitting in Mount Chesta.
yeah, exactly.
got it.
Exactly. Which who knows? Maybe physics will catch up. We'll see.
Well, the people that go missing, they maybe teleported completely somewhere
Exactly.
else. Like
Yeah.
their physical bodies and they're like a missing case forever.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're maybe living their best life
On
or
freaking Mars
enslaved
or
somewhere.
something. I don't know. Yeah, or enslaved on some planet in the star systems, whatever.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. Sorry.
Back,
everyone.
let him go.
So I found some cases that I thought were super interesting, kind of around this missing time, missing persons type situation. So here's just a few about teleportation and these dimensional slip ideas. So the Manila Flight 201 mystery, have you heard of this?
Yep.
From the 50s? So in 1959, a DC-4 aircraft allegedly disappeared from radar over the Pacific Ocean and reappeared hours later, far off course, with enough fuel to have flown the extra distance. So that, but it shouldn't have had that much fuel. Like it should have never. And this is just one specific airline. Like there's been so many
is
planes.
this the case of where it appeared, but there was nobody in the plane, or no?
No, oh,
Do you know?
No,
if
the
that's-
passengers.
everybody was there.
Everybody was there. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm
the
thinking
pilot.
of another one.
Yeah, and
also.
there's a few like the
Yeah.
Malaysia airplane.
Maybe it was
one.
that. Yeah. The Malaysian they never found. Yeah.
And then there was a couple. There's more. There's so many, but this one was just. This is the one. This is one where people were like, "There's." I just listened to. I think it was some podcast. I don't remember where the pilot like passed out and like awakened, and said that he was off course by like 4 hours or whatever.
Oh my God.
But it was so far off course that like there's no way he could have traveled to where he was in that amount of time. It's so strange. Like there's been a lot of like we should do an entire episode just on flights
and strange things.
Yeah, but this case was in 1959, and the pilot and the passengers reported missing time. Like they felt the flight took a normal length, but ground time showed a 2-hour delay. Like nobody had any idea that they were off course.
Well, like this person, I just went around the corner. Look, you've been gone for like 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah, and they're like, "What do you mean we're 2 hours delayed?" Like, no, we've
They're like, no, this is.
been watching the same movie. You know what I mean? Like,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
and this movie's only an hour and something long. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and they believe that the plane slipped through a time anomaly or a portal over the ocean.
Whoa,
Isn't that wild?
that's insane.
Could you imagine, like, yeah, I don't remember what I was listening to about the Malaysia flight where it was like people were finding out, like, it was just kept getting delayed. And then, it never landed and never showed up. They have no idea where this plane still is. But could you imagine being like the person picking those people up from the airport and be like, what the heck is going on? Like,
Oh my gosh.
and
no.
just they have no recollection. I mean, that'd be kind of nice. Like on some of those long flights, it's like, God,
You know what? There was a show on Fox or one of those. It was called, I think, Manifest. And it was
Oh.
about this airplane that suddenly like it landed, and it was like years later.
What?
And the people looked the same, and like their loved ones that they have left behind, like little kids were like grown. Like can't remember if, like
Whoa.
it's been like 15 years, something like that. Like massive amount of time had passed, and they're all like, no, nothing. Like we just landed.
What?
and they're like,
wanna watch that.
the year is like blah 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 blah, and they're like, but then a bunch of people started to die. Things happened to every single
Cool.
person on the plane. Yeah. It's
What?
so funky.
I
Yeah,
wanna
I
watch
started
this.
to watch it. I forgot. It was a while back.
I'm gonna
I'll
have to look it up.
Yeah.
Sounds really good.
But it's about a plane
Yeah.
being gone. And there was also some, government stuff within that as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
But,
Interesting.
the government knows more than you think
Oh,
they do.
for sure. We'll get to that. But it's also making me curious too about like the ley line situation too. Like where over the Pacific Ocean exactly? I have to look that up. Of like how close is this to, what kind of portal or like what ley line that runs through there or something like that.
See, lately I've been more nervous about flying.
Really?
Yeah, I'm
Oh
just
God,
like,
and you're
man,
gonna go to
I
Colombia.
know. I'm just like, oh, how long? Hold on. I was literally yesterday looking because I watched this. It was a great movie. And it's not a document. It's based on a true story, but it's called like the story of the snow of the Andes. These Argentina, this soccer team from Argentina, like gets lost. They crash.
yes.
And all that. And I was like, man, okay. I'm like, I'm not going through there. I'm like, what else? What other area?
Christian wants to go there so bad. He wants to go snowboarding there, like so bad. And I'm like, I don't know. Can we drive there?
Yeah.
No.
Well, you could fly pretty low, pretty close to it, and then take that drive to the Andes. But I was thinking, I was just like, what if I'm all like, la, 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 and then, suddenly I come back and just like your kids are driving.
Yeah.
And I look the same.
That dream where, you look the same. You're just, exactly. That would
Like
be
16
crazy.
years, 60, it's like 17 years have passed.
Oh my
and it's
gosh,
like,
that's
Shelby,
so funny.
we're the same age now.
Yeah, perfect. Well, it's like the dream that both of us keep having of my babies are born at like 3 to 6 months old already.
I know. That is crazy.
So weird.
It's insane. When you told me I was telling you the dream and you're like, oh my gosh, that was like the same, your house looked the same as the dream I was having. And your
weird.
babies were like 3 months old. They were chunky, like big babies.
Well,
and what it was
they're gonna
weirder
be
was that nobody that we were with, myself included, was like, holy moly, you just had like a 12-pound baby.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh, the baby.
Yeah. It's like, how is
there's
this
nothing
just
weird of
normal?
it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's so strange.
Is this the future of babies?
Yeah. I don't know. You just get to pick what age they pop out at. I don't know. I do think they're going to be pretty big though, because
I know.
I mean, I got a ways to go and they're already pretty big. So, which is good. Keep growing,
Very
babies. It's fine. All right. So more cases about all these crazy disappearing portals. Okay. So this one is the disappearing soldier, Gil Perez. This is like a really old case from the 1500s. So 1593, actually, to be exact. He was a Spanish soldier. So Gil Perez is a Spanish soldier in Manila. And he supposedly fell asleep on duty and awoke suddenly in Mexico City over 9,000 miles away.
What?
Yeah, I'm like, did he get kidnapped? Like, hold up. Did somebody chloroform this
I was
dude?
just thinking
Like,
chloroform. So I would give him chloroform, put him on a plane, and put him on a bench in
like
Mexico.
9,000 miles though?
To wake up? Was it the same? Was it the same year? Do we know? Did he just woke up from like his nap and he's like, I'm
Yeah,
in
it was.
Mexico.
Yeah, he just woke up and he's in Mexico, and that's the thing too, is this is in the 1500s. It's not like you can throw him on an airplane.
Oh yeah.
Like they would have had to ride a horse there. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
there's no way. Like, that's impossible. But eyewitnesses said he was confused, wearing the wrong uniform, and gave details of events in Manila that hadn't yet reached Mexico. Yeah. So historians debate whether it's folklore or one of the first teleportation legends, or whatever. But I mean, it's fun to speculate, right? Like 9,000 miles away, you just wake up you just fall asleep on duty, and you can recall things that are happening that like they haven't heard about yet because it hasn't reached them. Like, what?
That is so crazy. That is insane.
Yeah. And also,
That is
like,
scary.
why him? Where did he lay down?
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Where did he lay down?
Yeah,
That's the thing. What portal?
Yeah. In Manila. What's in Manila?
I don't know. Well,
I don't even know where that is.
Manila flight. Sorry.
All I can think about is the Manila folder.
Yeah.
Like, why are they called that?
What are they called Manila folders?
You know what's
Are they
really
made
funny
in Manila?
too? Oh, probably. Or maybe originally. I don't know. Forever, every time I think of a manila folder, I think of a vanilla wafer.
Oh, I can see that.
I don't know why, and they're the same color,
They
most of
are.
them.
That's what I'm like.
You know? So every time manila comes up, I'm like, oh, I want a vanilla
I'm-
wafer. It's ridiculous.
So crazy.
Okay, I have one more case, and then we're gonna get down into some more stuff. This is the Moberly Jourdain time slip. This happened in 1901. So it was two English women visiting Versailles, reported walking into an 18th century scene, seeing people in period dress and a woman they later believed to be Marie Antoinette.
Ooh.
That would be so freaking cool. So I've been to
Head or
Versailles.
no head?
Yeah, right. Which, yeah, good question. I've been to Versailles twice now, and it is fascinating. Like, just in Europe in general, it's fascinating because the energy is so strong because it's like so historically rich there. But there's something about Versailles where like there's these hidden chambers, and there's just so weird. So like being able to visually picture like this grand, like everything is ornate, like in them just like, you know, in their big old dresses and their huge hair. Like that would be so weird. Be like, wait a minute, like this is not real.
Yeah. That is strange.
Yeah, and they just like walked into this scene. Like you're just walking through Versailles and you walk into a room and all of a sudden it's like you're in a different
they were
dimension.
sure it was not a play and people were.
Yeah. No, because when they returned, everything was modern again. And some interpret it as a time slip portal on palace grounds. So they like lost time. Yeah.
That is crazy. I love it.
Isn't that so strange? And Versailles has Versailles Gardens. Like it's like a maze in there. It's kind of creepy actually.
It's really beautiful.
It is really beautiful. Yeah. But I could see that happening like there. Like I always got that little kind of inkling feeling of like if I wandered around too much in here, I feel like I would definitely like slip through a whole portal or something.
I did, as a a rebel kid, I did a trip to Europe with my parents, and it was just me and them.
That's fun.
And this is in the 90s, and I'm like, oh, you old people, like you don't want to take me anywhere. So we went to all these spaces, and I have no recollection. Like we were talking, I think of the Louvre or something, and I'm like, I've never been there. My mom is like, you've been there. You've been. And I can't remember someplace else also in Europe, and I was like, oh, I want to go there. She's like, you've been there.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
like, there's pictures. I'm like, and I can't remember.
How odd.
I know.
Huh.
Yeah. Because I was like, oh, I think I saw the, what I said, the Eiffel Tower. I don't know what I said about the Eiffel Tower. I was like, but we didn't go up. It's like we were getting ready to go up, but then the elevator was broken. And I was like, no, I don't think we even got close. She's like, there's pictures. I was like, oh.
She's like, here's you in front of the Eiffel Tower. Here's you in the Louvre. Like,
yeah. And she's like, the only place you wanted to go to was to see like Jim Morrison's.
his grave.
His grave, and that was thing. And
Do you remember that?
I do.
Interesting.
And I remember Chopin, the piano player. Like they wanted to show me all these other graves, and I was like, oh, I'm too good for that as a rebel kid.
Yeah.
Like I sometimes I'm like, man, I should have been less of a brat. And all I wanted to do in England was buy Dr. Martens.
Yeah, of course. You have to. Yeah.
So all the other things that they wanted to show me, I was like, no, thank you.
How funny.
But yeah, I'm like, man, probably the universe and God cursed me to not remember things.
Yeah, I'm like, I wonder why that is. Like, what is that? You know, it's funny that we block stuff out like that because, like, I'll have like a zero recollection of like certain time periods until like somebody brings it up. And then I'll get like these little snapshots of like, oh wait, this. But I have like a really hard time like stringing the timeline together.
Yeah.
Of like when this was or whatever was happening at the same time. I don't know. Super weird. Our brains are interesting little. How funny though.
Yeah, but Versailles, beautiful, I think.
Even though
I do remember the gardens.
Yeah.
Like I haven't talking about it. Like I'm like, oh yeah. Also, I remember like Buckingham Palace, like the. I'm like, I don't think we went there. My mom was like, we did. I wanted to go to the creepy part, but they wanted to see the jewels. And I kind of remember that you're passing and there was like all these jewels and stuff. So again, funny. I was forced to have a good time.
Yeah,
and learn.
Versailles, they have like they have a ton of like her jewelry and a bunch of jewels on display. And I think Versailles is the one that has like the hallway of mirrors that it's really creepy too. I don't remember, but yeah.
Maybe
So-
there's another D around Europe doing other
yeah, maybe
Got
there's the
left
clone of
behind,
you that
yeah.
got left behind. Maybe that's why we don't remember stuff.
I know. It's like,
Because we are
Could that be?
teleporting, we're cloning.
I know. I'm worried about that because often I tell my husband, he's like, "Oh, you can't remember anything," and it's for me even when I stutter here and I'm can't finish one sentence where I'm starting the other one. I was actually working with a friend who's also a psychic, and she's like, "You are constantly receiving so much information, trying to process so much downloads, and it's like you have to."
You're always buffering.
Yes, I'm always buffering. So I'm like, ooh, going. It's like you have to slow it down, breathe,
Yeah.
and finish. And I'm like, oh yeah, you're right.
Dang. That makes sense though. Yeah. All right, so those are the like three like interesting like cases that I pulled up. And then just some really interesting more like portal hotspots around the world, and these are like more specific to like teleportation in general, but
Okay.
like in disappearances. Okay, so this one is the Bennington Triangle in Vermont.
Oh,
Like so here in the US.
yeah.
And so they reported a series of strange disappearances, like or people have between 1945 and 1950, where hikers were just vanishing. They just like still have they're all still missing. And I don't remember how many it said. I didn't write that down, of course, but they literally just vanished out of nowhere.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they claim that it was a geographic port, or some claim it was a geographic portal or dimensional rift.
Wait. Did they vanish and they found them again, or they just vanished and never saw them?
They're
Like
gone. They've never found them again.
oh,
Yeah, others think that it was like serial killers or like
yeah.
stuff like that, or like they were kidnapped or whatever.
Well, what a crappy job the police is doing if they never
Yeah,
found the serial
yeah.
killer.
But the reason a lot of people think that this was like a time slip or like a portal is because there's been in that same area in the Bennington Triangle, still to this day they report it's constant UFO reporting, glowing orbs and shadow figures in this area.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
super weird. And then one of my most favorite places in the whole world, which I think we did an episode about it, Skinwalker Ranch.
Oh yeah, I think you've said it already.
I know I've said it like
several
7 times. Maybe that's what happened in my kitchen.
Maybe. I don't know. Every time you say that word, sorry, I was
Like, what's over there?
No, I turned and look at your, I don't know, like the microwave catch my eye.
Oh no.
And I thought it said 2039. And I was like, wait, what?
Like, what time is it?
I know. No, but every time you talk about that word, you say that, I always imagine them like skinny, tall.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we have a depiction?
Like hairless or something?
Yeah.
No, I don't. I'm pretty sure they're just supposed to be like coyotes that like transform. I don't even know. But if for those of you that don't know about this, go back to I think it's one of our very first episodes. I think.
Oh wait, wasn't that on the conspiracy theory or no?
I don't remember which
All
one
right,
it was
well,
on.
go look it up. Just
Sorry.
Google it.
Yeah, my bad. But it's in Utah, and it's famously tied to UFOs, cattle mutilations, and interdimensional portals. So there's several documentaries that you can watch about this place. And it also, Skinwalker Ranch connects to a bunch of, I know, a bunch of government conspiracies and also government agencies that I'm going to talk about later. But witnesses report creatures appearing and vanishing, strange craft entering holes from the sky, equipment failing around magnetic anomalies. The ranch has a long history in the Ute tribal legend, warning of shapeshifters, and the ground is just cursed. And so like when you watch some of these like documentaries and some of the stuff, like they do like actual scientific tests on like the magnetic field and stuff like that. And a ley line does go straight through the property.
See, everything is the ley lines.
So
everything is.
Yeah, and there's like the plateau, I forget what it's called, like right above it, that is supposed to be like this like heightened like portal spot where a couple ley lines come together.
Okay.
Which is right above the property.
I've been trying to find there. I don't know where it is, but when I was a kid, I remember this was probably spending like a summer up in Los Angeles with my family, but I was watching they were watching like a documentary or something like that, but it was on the TV. I remember. I don't know if it was like a VHS they had purchased, but it was a place. I'm not sure right now. You're talking Utah, but it felt, knowing now what I know, maybe Utah, New Mexico, kind of, where it's like a highway, and the car is going, and then the car like doesn't hit the gas, and it just like starts to back up all on
Oh,
its
this sounds
own.
familiar.
Like they can go over it, but if you just like there's an energetic pull, there's like
It's
a
like pulling them
magnet.
backwards. That's creepy.
I know. And I must have been like, when I heard about this, like 7, and I was just
Oh.
fascinated. I was like, oh my gosh, that's
wanna
so
go there.
crazy. But then, I think my uncle was there, and they were like making it scary and creepy. I
Yeah.
was like, dang,
Huh. That is, yeah, like the magnetic, I wonder if it's probably on a ley line,
probably.
right? Yeah, it's so crazy. But like a lot of these portal spots are connected to like UFOs and the ley lines, like you were saying, and like the magnetic field. So like that doesn't sound like it's too far off. Like
Yeah.
that magnetic, like with Mount Shasta, like you were talking about earlier, there's tons and tons of UFO sightings on Mount Shasta. And then one occurrence that I thought was super interesting was there's been a lot of people saying they see like golden doorways like glowing from the mountainside.
Oh, they're opening. Like you said, it's probably hollow, and
Yeah. So crazy. And like you can hike it too. And hikers report that and seeing like weird fog banks that then they disappear, disappearing, like their people disappear. Like they see these like this doorway, and then all of a sudden their fellow hikers just missing and gone forever.
Oh,
Yeah. As if they like walked
wait,
into
were
like
they
another
curious? I was
realm.
gonna say, just like, oh, there's
Yeah.
that door. Let me go see
I
what
would.
it is.
To be like, I'm going.
Oh my God. I was thinking about this morning of what happened in Russia with the hikers. Why
Oh, the
can't I-
Dyatlov?
I
Yeah.
was thinking about that, and I was, things that pop in my head. I was like, okay, they didn't have tongues or eyes,
Yeah.
so that they couldn't talk.
Yeah, they couldn't tell
Like,
the story.
See, like you saw something you were not supposed to, so there goes your eyes, and you can never talk about
And
this.
it's interesting too
I
because
was
like the cattle mutilations, how they talk about how like everything was like surgically cut and surgically removed, just like the Dyatlov Pass. Like it was like their eye, there was no
Yeah.
blood anywhere. Like there's no blood on these cows. There was no blood on those people. Like their eyes were literally like surgically removed. The tongue and the bottom jaw was like surgically removed. And it's the same like with these. That was weird. It's the same with these
got scared.
cattle mutilations. Yeah, from like at Skinwalker Ranch, they like literally there's no blood, and like their eyes are missing, their tongues are missing, like their stomachs are like surgically cut out. Like super interesting. Like where did this? How? Like
I'm just wondering if it was done with anesthesia.
yeah, I doubt it. Yeah, or just I don't know. It's so interesting to think about, but.
Oh,
don't know.
thank you.
So with that,
Okay.
going into more of like that paranormal, like alien-esque type of thing, and Bigfoot. So I'm sure you've
Bigfoot.
heard some theories about aliens and Bigfoot being like interdimensional.
I know. I kind of always had like a good feeling around Bigfoot. I don't know, maybe
Yeah.
because I watched, Goofy movie, that Goofy cartoon movie of
Totally.
like Bigfoot, and he was just he was a little scary, but he was so fun.
I just imagine him like Chewbacca.
Yeah, something
like-
like that.
Makes sense to me.
Like in Monsters Inc., there's this abominable snowman.
Yeah, and he's
so
just cool,
And he's
yeah.
all like, yeah, tell my cousin.
It's just rad. I love that. It's so funny.
It's
Yeah. But they would use like there's like theory that aliens and Bigfoot would use these portal points to travel. They argue that Bigfoot sightings end abruptly with tracks vanishing mid-stride as though they stepped into another dimension. So whether they're utilizing these ley lines
Got
and these
it.
energetic like
I can see that.
right?
It's smart.
I think it makes sense to me.
Absolutely.
There's correlation between Bigfoot sightings and UFO activity. So like in Pennsylvania, Washington, and in Oregon in the 70s, there's like a bunch of cases where people will claim they see Bigfoot like in the, the Pacific Northwest, right? And well, I guess that's Washington, Oregon. But and then they'll also see like lights in the sky or like UFOs
Oh, okay.
at the same time.
Wow.
Like strange
Yeah.
lights appearing during Bigfoot encounters.
Then
Super
probably
interesting.
he's just popping in and out.
Yeah, right?
like Atlantis.
Why couldn't Bigfoot be an alien?
Yeah,
You know,
I
like
see a possibility.
why couldn't they be on, their own planets and they're popping in and out? Like,
Maybe they were just wearing a fuzzy coat.
yeah.
If
Yeah,
they're
maybe just
popping out and
cold.
like,
Okay.
maybe that's why he looks maybe a little unkept. He had a tough time.
Yeah.
He's been traveling, popping in and out, trying
Yeah.
to look for his place.
You don't look cute when you get off a plane after
No.
12 hours either. Or however long,
Yeah. Oh gosh. All right.
That's funny. Yeah, and it's super consistent with like these UFO sightings, like UFO abductees reporting stuff about like lights and being like beamed up, right? Like they say they've been beamed through walls, suggesting that alien technology is capable of manipulating matter at the quantum level. So being able to like open these portals and create like wormholes. Yeah, like Doctor Strange. Yeah, totally.
In the wall. Perfect.
Literally. Yeah. Makes sense. I get it, the I can't say this, in the UK, the forest. I've read this 600 times and I still can't say that word.
I'm all like, yes.
Rendlesham, the forest, whatever.
Of course.
It was in the 80s in the UK. But it was a encounter where soldiers described strange craft emitting beams and distortions in space and time near the landing site. Yeah, but it wasn't like so much missing time. It was just like they felt this weird distortion when they would go there, where it was like blippy.
Oh.
Yeah, how weird is that? They're like kind of like
Interesting.
going in and out of like time and space.
I would be worried for something like a portal, a wormhole around any, heavy machinery,
Yeah,
like
for real.
airplanes or cars or things that could potentially malfunction due to the energetic pull from
Yeah,
these
especially
portals.
airplanes, right? Because it's like they rely heavily, like even like a compass. Like you hear of like compasses going crazy when they hit these like magnetic like places.
I've never been a fan of a helicopter.
Really?
Been on it a few times and I
think they're so
freak out.
cool.
If they're noisy. They are, well, I was in one that wasn't too noisy. But I'm just like, there's these little propeller, like I don't see how this can glide anywhere.
This does not
like
make sense.
versus an airplane,
Okay,
engines go off, it can use its wings to possibly glide semi-gracefully somewhere. That I just feel like is a heavy rock hitting, like going down.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I don't know. And that's the thing too, is like if helicopters are physically possible, like physics figured out how to make helicopters hover and work, why couldn't the rest of this stuff be real?
I know, right? Hoverboards, real ones, not, the ones with wheels. Like
Yeah, that's
hover,
not a
or-
hoverboard.
It's not. I don't know why people call it a hoverboard.
Yeah,
I'm like,
it's kind of not fair,
no,
actually.
it's like another type of skateboard.
Yeah, exactly. It's like no, it's weird. I don't know. So all of these things, these portals, these ley lines, all of this stuff, there's some validation to it because the government got invested.
Thanks for
And
listening.
then they
And
wanted
don't
to
forget
cover
to
up a bunch
follow
of
us
crap.
on social media
But,
at Witches Who
so here,
Podcast.
I'm gonna, with the government conspiracy, because I have to, are a few different cases about, different governments, like different things that have happened, and government cover-ups, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about some actual government agencies. So this first one is the Philadelphia experiment. So this was in 1943. The U.S. Navy supposedly conducted an experiment to make the USS Eldridge invisible to radar. And then they accidentally teleported it from Philadelphia to Norfolk, Virginia.
Gosh.
Crew members were said to have fused into the ship's hull, gone insane, or disappeared.
When
they covered it up.
they did this, there were people on board. They didn't just send the ship by itself.
No.
It was like ship and people.
Yep, it was the whole crew.
Oh,
They were trying to make it invisible to radar, so they were like messing with different like magnetic fields and like different things like that. And then they accidentally teleported
I
it.
don't know why they will do it with actual people in there. It's
Yeah.
like try to do it just the ship itself.
So odd.
I do get it that invisible to radar, and you just see like little warm bodies
Yeah.
Like, what are they stating on?
Really
Maybe
funny,
that's why they
actually.
were doing
That
it.
makes
but-
sense. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, they were like, okay, we need to make sure all of you are
Yeah.
invisible to radar, and they're not able to even pick up, the body heat.
Yeah, that's funny. Like infrared.
But that is insane.
Yeah. Yeah. Super weird. And there's no solid evidence, of course, that exists that this really happened. But historians are calling it a hoax. They still are they're persisting that it's because it ties to early research in electromagnetic cloaking and Einstein's unified field theory. That's what they were trying to this is in the 40s. And obviously this could just be people talking out of their ass or whatever,
Yeah.
but it's still fun to speculate, right?
Of course.
Okay, so this one is Project Montauk. If you've heard of
Sounds
this one,
familiar.
yeah, from the 70s and the 80s. So a secret program at Montauk Air Force Station in New York tested physiological warfare, time travel, and dimensional portals. And we only know about it because there were some whistleblowers. Preston Nichols and Al Bilek claimed experiments involved kidnapped children, psychic soldiers, and teleportation gates to other worlds. So there's no proof, of course, but the story inspired Stranger Things and keeps resurfacing whenever the documents about CIA mind control programs pop up and are declassified, like MK Ultra.
Wow.
Yeah, so this is just like another kind of claim around like MK Ultra and the whole.
Every time you say MK Ultra, I always think of like Transformer. That's
funny.
Just like, oh, he is kind of silver, shiny, and with some hues of blue.
Yeah, I could see that. But yeah, super interesting. So like literally, like the government has been known to test like using psychic powers forever, right? And the CIA's Project Stargate. Have you heard of this one?
That also sounds familiar.
Yes, this one's pretty famous. So in 1978 to 1995, it ran a long time. It was a confirmed U.S. Army and CIA program studying remote viewing.
Okay.
Yeah, so psychic spying essentially is what they're trying to do. And some remote viewers claim to access other planets, other dimensions, and even non-human intelligences. So cool. So declassified CIA files from 2017.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not even that long ago. Show viewers describing structures on Mars, unknown entities that aren't just so not just earthly spying. So they literally just declassified in 2007 these files that people were able to view like different weird structures on Mars. And there's like renderings of it too, and people and like they've they have rovers on Mars and stuff to just check. The program was defunded after there were mixed results, but many involved claim it was just moved deeper underground.
Wow. Interesting. And I'm thinking a lot of the times, again, the wondering of the world, like we've sent the rover to Mars, right? The Mars rover. But I was like, what if it's just hiding? Like it just kind of disappears or just, invisible.
Yeah, what if we
It
just don't
shows
have...
there's so much magnetic energy of some sort that is just showing the rover what the rover needs to see. It's like, hey, there's not much. Oh, there's this hole. And there's this crater. There used to be water here, and there's like a whole civilization there, and we just don't know about it.
Yeah, or like like the way that we can see, it just isn't the same. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't know. Super interesting. So also the Skinwalker Ranch research. So in 2008, they launched, and it says to present. So like they're still investigating Skinwalker Ranch.
You said it like 100 times.
Whatever, it's too late. it's happening.
Just, what, commit. I know you're committed.
I'm committed to it. It's good. Great. I'm gonna have nightmares. So the ranch was investigated under billionaire Robert Bigelow. So he actually bought it. And
Is
later,
Bigelow the tea guy by any chance?
I don't think so.
Okay,
I think
not
I've
the
looked
same
that up
Bigelow.
before.
Okay, sorry.
You're fine. And later, it was tied to the Pentagon's Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, which you've probably heard this one, ATIP is what it's called.
Yes.
Yeah, so ATIP, Robert Bigelow was really big into ATIP and helped fund a lot of the programs. And so investigators reported seeing unseen forces, portals in the sky, and creatures appearing and disappearing. This is literally all from ATIP archive.
Wow.
Some claim to see wormhole-like openings with objects flying out of it. And the Pentagon confirmed funding research into ATIP. So the Pentagon funded ATIP. It was a privately owned like company or whatever from Robert Bigelow. including space and time metric modification. So they were basically, the Pentagon was basically funding research into these portals. That's what they wanted to know.
Wow.
So crazy. So speaking of ATIP, there's also OSAP. So 2007 to 2012, the U.S. military funded studies on traversable wormholes, warp drives, and manipulation of space and time. 38 research papers were produced, some discussing teleportation physics and interdimensional travel using exotic matter.
All right.
Yeah, like what do you mean by
crazy.
exotic matter?
Yeah.
Like where did you get this from?
Yeah.
It's so fascinating. So declassified DIA reports confirm at least one paper was titled Transversable Wormholes, Stargates, and Negative Energy.
Wow.
Creepy.
I feel like sometimes they're messing with things they should not. So
Probably.
like, go watch Stranger Things. They're messing with things they shouldn't.
Yeah.
And then they make a mess and they don't know what to do.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, let's put a Band-Aid on it.
Yeah, of course, we're not the only, country to be messing with this stuff either,
Yeah, of course.
right? Like Soviet Russia, the Cold War intelligence files suggest that both U.S. and USSR ran parallel programs testing physics, teleportation claims, and interdimensional theories.
Wow.
The Soviets allegedly researched torsion fields, so like spinning energy,
Okay.
as a way to bend space and time.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? U.S. military documents indicate serious concern that Russia might weaponize non-local phenomena, like
Thanks
instantaneous
for
effects
listening.
across the
And don't forget to
distance.
follow
they
us on
literally
social
thought
media
that
at Witches
Russia
Podcast.
was capable of like using teleportation portals, wormholes to weaponize, like,
Wow.
using them for,
Wow.
evil.
For- oh man.
Isn't that
Okay, I can
nuts?
see that.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah. So that's like a brief overview. And then I went a little bit deeper into some of these government agencies. And I know we're going to wrap it up with some really fun stuff too.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
So,
I'm all like, oh yeah, what else?
right? So let's go back to Project Stargate. So this was the remote viewing similar to MK Ultra. So remote viewing and psychic espionage. So it is verified. So this is a real thing that happened. The Stargate project was a U.S. government initiative from 1970 to 1995 run by the DIA and the CIA with SRI International as a contractor, investigating whether remote viewing, perceiving distant locations via psychic means, could aid intelligent operations. It operated under various code names, including Gondola Wish, Grill Flame, and Sunstreak. In 1995, CIA report concluded the information gleaned was too vague and unreliable for practical intelligent use, leading to the program's termination.
So it took 25 years to
Yeah,
say, but also I think they found what they wanted and they're like, oh,
exactly.
let's say it didn't work, but let's use it.
Yeah, exactly. And there's been whistleblowers like that have said like they've been using remote viewers like for the Afghani war. Like like all kinds of different stuff.
I heard that before.
Yeah, it's so interesting. So public access in 2017, the CIA released its CREST archive online, making thousands of pages on Stargate publicly searchable. And it's still up there. You can go on the CIA website and look at the archives and read about it. But one declassified experiment described physics remotely viewing very large, tall beings and pyramids on Mars from 1 million years ago.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That civilization there.
Super interesting. Russell Targ and Harold Puthoff spearheaded the research at SRI. They claimed successes locating Soviet assets and lost missiles, but the scientific community flagged methodological flaws from lack of peer review to possible sensory leakage. Like, because then how do you like back that up? Like, how could you be like, this is where they have their missiles? Like, how do we get in there?
That's true.
Super interesting. And then I talked about it a little bit earlier. ATIP and OSAP, they're UFOs, wormholes, and portal physics. We know that the Pentagon's Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, so that's ATIP, ran roughly from 2008 to 2012, building on the earlier OSAP program, with Robert Bigelow, Aerospace Advanced Space Studies as a contractor. So the total funding exceeded $22 million allocated by the Defense Intelligence Agencies, the DIA, to study UFO or UAP phenomenon and possibly related to portal-like anomalies. ATIP documents partially declassified or leaked, including provocative titles like transverse wormholes, stargates, and negative energies, warp drive, dark energy, and the manipulation of extra dimensions.
Wow.
I thought that one was really interesting. Extra dimensions. Advanced space propulsion based on vacuum space-time metric engineering, invisibility cloaking, theory, and experiments.
Invisible cloaking.
I know, I'm like, it's Harry Potter, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
All of these suggest serious investigation into exotic physics and possible interdimensional travel. So for the government to be investing money, like $22 million into wormholes.
They believe in it.
Like,
They know that this works, and this is happening now. People just now they're still doing it,
yeah.
and it may be called we're conspiracy theories.
You just have to look for it. Like, exactly.
But it's also I just feel a lot of the times, even with my husband, sometimes that I'll be like, oh, I'll say something like outlandish, and then it'll happen, right?
Yes.
Or it'll be like, see, it's like, oh, but he had to heard it from like a different source.
Yeah, totally.
I get that. So
So Robert Bigelow, the founder of Bigelow Aerospace, funded paranormal investigations via the National Institute for Discovery Science, which is NIDS, especially at Skinwalker Ranch. I know. He encouraged low-profile government visits to seek novel propulsion systems and unexplained phenomena. So interesting. Okay, so I got this part off Reddit. So they mentioned a UAP being reverse engineered using remote viewing and custom-built sensors, an area formerly heavily researched for around 15 years at Skinwalker Ranch. This refers to released draft proposals for a Kona Blue project, an apparent extension of the ATIP research tied to Skinwalker Ranch. And this is also extremely compelling because I don't know if we talked about it on this podcast before, but what's his name? Bob Lazar talks about how he worked for S1, whatever, it was a part of Area 51 that the government funded the reverse engineering of UAP, like of these propulsion systems. Super fascinating how it all starts to connect together.
it is. Wow.
Yeah. So Skinwalker Ranch is super popular. I mean, there's like tons of documentaries about it. There's some really good ones out there too.
I need to go watch some. I haven't.
Yeah, there's one, I can't remember the guy's name, Jeremy Corbell. Jeremy Corbell did I can't remember his name, then it came to me immediately. Did a documentary about Skinwalker Ranch and Bob Lazar. Excellent. I don't know. I think it's on Amazon Prime or you might find it on YouTube. Okay. But it's like really good.
Okay, I'm gonna
check it out. So insider accounts of Skinwalker Ranch. So it's a 512-acre property in Utah. Robert Bigelow owned it still owns it, and he bought it in the mid-90s. It gained notoriety for reports of UFOs, cryptids, orbs, caught mutilations in the portals or vortexes that we were talking about earlier. The DIA funded research there, OSAP, via OSAP, overseeing investigations under Bigelow's direction, and later inspiring the ATIP follow-up. So there's been lots of findings that scientists use remote viewing and environmental sensors to probe this phenomenon and monitor alleged aerial craft and portals. So they're trying to like harness the energy that they found on Skinwalker Ranch. In UFOs, weird electromagnetic effects, cattle mutilations, portals, or vortices appear out of thin air, an assortment of creatures, both flying and ground-based. Ghosts and poltergeists and destructive energies are reported in the structures on Skinwalker Ranch.
Oh, hell no.
So fascinating. So it's like all of this stuff connects to each other. Like, like all these portal points and UFOs, poltergeists, ghosts, all of these things, cryptids, all of these things connect together in the one common thing, energy. Yeah. It's all about the energetic field, these ley lines, the magnetic fields. So freaking fascinating. Like, what is it? Is it like causing like mass hysteria in a way? Like the high vibration, the high frequency is causing us to like have hallucinations. You know what I mean? Like,
and we're seeing things,
and we just think,
we think that we're seeing these things, and they're not
and
even
not really
there. Who knows?
You know what I mean? Like, there's this common thread that it's the electromagnetic field being effed with. like everywhere, like so fast, even with like the stars, like right when the pyramids of Giza, like
Oh yeah.
the energies are super high frequencies. So it's like maybe our little, I mean, we know that like our little meat bodies here can only sustain like a certain hertz,
Yeah.
you know? So
So
it's
when
so
it's
interesting.
under that, larger frequency,
Yeah.
what do we do?
We either harness that and go outside our bodies, right? And
Yep.
teleport
Yeah.
and like
It's
use
our
our energy
protection.
body because our like this physical body can't sustain that high level of frequency.
Oh,
So interesting.
it is.
You know?
It's just fascinating.
But I feel like so much of this stuff is so associated with fear. And it's like, do we really need
yeah.
to fear this kind of thing? Do we really need to fear Bigfoot and aliens? Or can we like, I mean, maybe some of them, maybe some, I think it's probably like
There's a
everyone else.
balance,
There's
I
a balance,
think,
right?
Also, I'm sure that just within energy, there's energy that does not serve us. So I don't
Yeah.
know. Then we come back to everything is one and it's neutral and there's no good or bad. Everything is just,
Yeah.
everything just is. So I don't know. It depends where you fall, where you fall in that. But I would say if you encounter anything, as long as it's not attacking you, know where your fear is coming from.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah.
protection
So that's what I got. I went down a little bit of a
I
rabbit hole.
love it. I love it.
Yeah, I just thought it was so fascinating just that the government would get involved. Makes me feel like it's more credible.
Oh, yeah. But then they cover it all up. So
Yeah, exactly.
it's like, we want you to believe just so much.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm going to wrap it up with how do we connect to these portals?
Yeah.
So kind of like a practical guide on connecting to these, because again, the common denominator is the energy. So one of the things can be done is preparation and intention. So kind of choose which portal you'd like to connect with. Again, Stonehenge, Giza, Sedona. And then setting that clear intention, right? And you can say something like, I open to receive the wisdom, healing, and higher energy of the sacred portal in a way that is safe, protected, and aligned with my highest good.
Cool.
Then making sure you ground yourself by breathing deeply and visualizing those roots. Again, everything comes to rooting ourselves, that tether going into the earth. Sacred space setup. So using crystals, use clear quartz, which is an amplifier, amethyst for protection, or black tourmaline for grounding. You can also use obsidian or smoky quartz. Sound you can use, so soft drumming, Tibetan bowls, or solfeggio frequencies. So trying like a 963 hertz for connection to source. Lighting, right? The candle gazing, so candle flame or incense, such as sandalwood, copal, or frankincense, are very powerful incense. Obviously, you can do a visualization journey. So, grounding, imagining like a gold light pouring from above your crown, filling your body, and then rooting down into the earth, and then seeing yourself standing before whatever, again, you're choosing a portal, feeling its energy pulsating and ancient yet alive, right? Then seeing yourself like stepping, in your mind's eye, stepping through the doorway, letting the light surrounding you and noticing those sensations, maybe noticing some symbols or some beings or messages coming in. I always say, connect with frequency of love while doing anything like this. And then allowing the portal to download wisdom, healing, or activation. And you might feel different things, hear words, or simply know something shifted. And it's important that when you're doing like a visualization, you're putting yourself there, you're seeing yourself as your physical, your spiritual body, right? Your energy body. This is your teleportation. You're returning. It's like step back through the doorway. Don't stay in the doorway, thanking the guardians of the portal and pull your energy fully back into your physical body. But it's important to have protection practices, especially around these powerful portals. So visualizing a sphere of golden light around you before entering meditation or the doorway, calling in your guides, angels, or protective energies that you trust, and always closing a session by affirming that I close all portals I have open, sealing them with light. I am grounded, safe, and complete. And something that was very important, a lot of the times when we do any of these practices is integration. So journaling right after your experience, maybe you may have had visions, emotions, or messages. Drinking plenty of water and eating grounding foods such as chocolate, nuts, or bread. And then it's important that next few days after doing something like that, paying attention to your dream space, right? Portals often work through the subconscious. And they have here like a little advanced tip. So if you work with like Reiki, you can send energy through the portal to harmonize with it. And if not, simply placing your hands over your heart and channeling love light energy is more than enough. So yeah, those are just little ways
love
that
this so much.
yeah.
Yeah, and that like just like a light bulb went off in my brain of like doing these practices. Like, just gonna plug our Patreon really fast. Like, definitely get on our Patreon if you want to kind of experience different meditations and visualizations like this. But I think it would be really awesome if we added like a guided, like
A portal.
Yeah,
I think we should do that.
Portal activation.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh,
That was and I could just like as you're talking, I can like visualize. Like, I've done
especially like with
practices
your
like this
hypno.
before.
You can do like a
Totally.
hypno, just a simply
'Cause
guided.
that's what we do. We work with the subconscious, and like just a simply guided
I love it.
portal activation. Yeah, let's do it.
Yes.
So get on Patreon.
Join our
everyone.
coven, please. Well, this has been so fun. I learned so much.
So much fun. I love this
And
stuff.
now I need to go watch a documentary when I get home.
Yeah, so good.
And then you're gonna ask me, "Do you finish the documentary?" No, I got scared. I had to pause it.
Oh, I love
So
it.
funny.
It's fine.
But well, we drop episodes every Thursday. Thank you so very much for listening to us, for hanging out with us, which is something I hear often about our podcast. People are like, I just feel like I'm sitting with you guys, like having coffee or
That's the
just
best
chatting.
compliment in the world.
I know, and I love that. Please send us your listener stories.
Yes.
Okay, send to us. I love when you guys reach out and tell us about it. We would love it to have them to have them email to us at witcheswhopodcast@gmail.com. That way we are able to read them because we listen to so many beautiful stories, so many creepy stories out there. But sometimes our little brains, as you know, we may be teleporting and we cannot sustain
We're buffering, okay?
Yeah, constantly buffering. So I would say, please write them down. Just email them to us. That's wonderful. But join our Patreon or say hello in the medias. Anything else?
I don't know.
All
That's about it.
right. Well, tune in, stay curious. Until next time. Mwah. Besitos. Bye.
Peace.
That was such a good episode. Oh my gosh, I had to remove these guys for a second. So I have my earrings on. And then Bridget gave me these for my birthday.
Oh, no, those
Look
are
at how
so cute. The flowers, I love
Is the
those.
Forgive Me Not flower. And I was like, I love it.
She's so sweet.
And she's the best. And I have her.
So back to the Titanic after that really fun interlude about a caterpillar centipede that could kill us. It's gone now. Good news. All right,
I
so
will double check that paper that I had in my hand out
just
there.
throw it outside.
Oh, I don't know if it ever came off the paper. I was trying in all the trees and none of them were satisfactory for the caterpillars.
Or whatever
Centipede
it is.
killer.
Ugh, murder bug. Gross. Okay.
Aw, he was kind of cute. Just confused. But it also scare the bejesus out of me.
Ugh, oh, it's so creepy. They're so
What if
slimy.
it was
Now
the
I'm, like, worried.
Demogorgon? Like in a tiny form? It was the same color, I think.
Yeah, it was.
No.
Cool.
No.
Oh my gosh. All right. Okay.
The
So
Titanic.
back to what we were supposed to be talking about. So I forgot where we were. I was talking about
Okay, so we ended up with the violin.
yeah, so that was
that?
real. That actually happened. They
And
played to the
then-
very end. Oh, and then we're talking about the perfume vials.
Oh, the perfume
and
vials. Yeah.
all of the stuff that they recovered back in 1985. And then that was what sparked the museums all over the place. So and then you were like, imagine how haunted that stuff is. Well, actually, you're right. So one of the shows that I'm obsessed with, Ghost Adventures, did an entire episode on at the one in, I think I want to say it was in Tennessee. I don't know. I don't remember which museum it was, but they did an entire episode where they investigated the museum, with all the artifacts and stuff. And you guys go find it. I don't know what season or what episode it is, but it's so good. And they actually would hear music playing, like the piano would play.
Yeah.
They saw like kids' handprints on the windows that weren't there before, like this really crazy stuff. And they
Thanks
went
for
there
listening.
because
And
a
don't
lot of
forget
people
to
that
follow us
worked at
on
the
social
museum,
media at Witches Who Podcast.
we're like saying like there's so much activity, like they're, you know, the people that work there were like writing to, you know, the team, and they finally got them to come out there. So there's a lot of reports of hauntings in these museums. And then there's also psychic mediums that have claimed to communicate with people that have died. And they've been given like facts and stuff that they've been able to prove accurate, and like find these people's names in like the book, like the ledger or whatever of passengers. And then were watches that were found, that were recovered, that had like the time was stuck at 2:20 a.m., which is when the ship sank, which is creepy. But yeah, I mean, that would make sense.
No, that's super haunted. And just, I'm thinking museums in general are haunted.
Yeah, I mean, and the way these people died too is super traumatic.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you didn't die from impact of hitting the water or whatever, you basically just either drowned or you know, froze to death over hours.
Yeah.
Right? Or I don't even know how long it would take to freeze in that low temperature of water, but yeah, pretty nuts.
Wow.
So now let's get to the bread and butter of why I wanted to talk about. Well, I mean, obviously I'm obsessed with Titanic, so I want to talk about this for lots of reasons. But some key points here about, well, I'm going to open up the theories here, and then I'm going to go in depth about one that I'm like strongly for. Okay, so here are some conspiracies and hidden agendas. Hidden agendas beneath the ice. That's what this article that I found says.
Oh, that's what it's called. I thought you were making
I should have taken credit for it. But I can't. I gotta give credit where credit's due. Okay, so the first one is the Olympic switch theory, and it says a $7.5 million scam? Question mark. So the theory is the Titanic that sank wasn't the actual Titanic at all. It was her older, slightly damaged sister ship, the RMS Olympic. So according to this theory, the White Star Line orchestrated a switch after the Olympic suffered serious damage in 1911 in a collision with the British Navy vessel that was no longer insurable.
Wow.
So some key points here. The Olympic and the Titanic were nearly identical in design. Some believe that they were swapped during the dry dock repairs in Belfast. So the
Were
Olympic...
they swapped on purpose, or were they just, somebody was like, ooh, like...
Good question.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're saying that they think it was on purpose. But yeah, so the Olympic was damaged in 1911. The Titanic maiden voyage was on the 12th. Yeah. So they could have swapped parts, you know, and they were also at the same shipyard in Belfast.
Got it. Hey, question. Why did it only have 20 boats? I know that like in the movie it says like, hey, you know, where's the rest of the boats? And the designer was like, well, it's the unsinkable ship. You're supposed to, you know, we didn't want to like, for aesthetics, basically.
Yeah, for aesthetics, yeah. That's what they claimed. There's a whole thing.
I'm sorry.
They had the correct amount of boats to passengers, and at the last second, they pulled some off. And I'll go into that here in a second. So another key point about this Olympic switch situation, and this is just good information to have, White Star Line was owned by JP Morgan Chase. He backed the International Mercantile Marine Company, and he stood to lose millions of dollars on when the Olympic was decommissioned. So he lost a bunch of money. He was pissed, and they're like, all right, let's reuse this ship and create the Titanic or whatever.
Got it.
So here's proof, and that's in air quotes here, that, you know, stuff that can give backing to this theory that they use the Olympic or just slapped a new name on it. The porthole inconsistencies. So Titanic had 14 portholes. The wreck has 16, matching the Olympic. So it's documented that the Titanic has 14 portholes, like in all of the blueprints and everything else. But when they recovered it, they found 16, which would be the same as the Olympic. The nameplates, some suggest the Titanic name was riveted on, not engraved. That hasn't been proven.
Okay.
And workers were allegedly sworn to secrecy, so they wouldn't give a statement at all. Like, no, this is like, it was just the way, if they were addressed about it, they wouldn't talk about it.
Okay.
So here's some counter evidence. So the wreck's builder number 401 matches the Titanic's.
Okay.
Well,
But also,
you could have forged that. There are some structural differences in the deck layout, and the design didn't match the Olympic. Okay, my theory here is like, okay, they swapped parts. And then another one is the Titanic carried brand new equipment and furnishings never used by the Olympic. How hard is it to put new furniture on a boat?
yeah.
That doesn't stand. So I think that there's probably the truth is probably somewhere in the middle there, you know?
Absolutely.
Like, why would you not reuse some parts? You know what I mean? Like,
Absolutely.
I don't know, but it gets better.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
Gets better. So I'm just going to talk about this one last, because I have a whole lot about it. So there's a couple other ones. So the coal fire cover up. So the theory summary is there was a coal fire in one of the Titanic's bunkers that was smoldering for days before they even set sail.
Oh, and they went on it with it.
They
Okay,
started
nice.
at a deficit, is what they're trying to say. Some claim it weakened the key bulkhead, compromising the ship's structural integrity and contributing to the rapid sinking. Because it was, it was like 3 hours. I don't know.
Yeah.
It seems like
think it's
a long
for
time, but it's really not for that big of a boat.
It is not. I don't think so, because look at how large it is. And
Yeah.
but water also coming in can come in pretty fast. Just
Yeah,
like it just.
that's true.
Okay.
It's super interesting. So some key points about the coal fire cover up. A fire was documented and photographed before departure.
Oh.
Yeah, but that is also how the main engine gets its power, or from these coal
Yeah.
fires. So,
Okay. Okay, I see that.
So theorists say that White Star Line chose to set sail anyways, and to avoid delays. Like, it was such a grand thing. It was this huge, whatever, and they didn't want to,
So like overwork it,
Yeah.
Because in the movie it comes out of like, keep going. Yeah, let's
Yeah.
surprise New York. Surprise on you.
Yes, how quickly
Yeah.
they got
Yeah.
there. Yeah, exactly.
Then sinkable ships, it's also the speedy one.
Yeah. And then some experts suggest the fire caused brittle steel near the impact zone. So it was just like it was already, we already had an issue with the fire, created brittle steel, and then it just so happens that that's exactly where the impact happened. I don't know. So modern metallurgical studies showed that the Titanic steel was already brittle in cold temperatures. So they didn't test it in cold water. What? A fire likely didn't cause the iceberg collision, but may have worsened damage. I don't know. I don't know how much I buy into that one. But it could be all of these things. Like,
I know.
And then it
They all
gets
kind of make
into,
sense.
yeah,
And
yeah.
some of them make
These ones
sense.
make sense.
Yeah.
And then we get into like a little bit more of the paranormal-y kind of. So this one is the Mandela effect and time travel. So some theorists claim that the Titanic didn't simply sink; it was caught in a time loop or an alternate reality. Others suggest that their survivors and the descendants are part of the Mandela effect, involving misremembered facts. So people insist they remember the Titanic breaking into 3 pieces, not 2. Like, that's an interesting one. And then some survivors allegedly claimed the ship vanished beneath their lifeboats without sound or splash, fueling the idea of temporal displacement.
Wow. Okay.
Which, okay, but also, like, I think there's also something to be said about, like, hysteria,
Oh, yeah.
and, like, mass panic. Like, I don't know. And also, like, when did you ask these survivors?
Yes.
I don't know.
I think, especially in those days, people were just making things up to make the news somehow, to sell more paper. So
Yeah, exactly. They'd say anything to get their name on the front page of the paper. So that's one of the theories: time travel, the Mandela effect. And then there is a case of UFOs.
Ooh.
So in 1898, there was a novel called Futility, which I've never heard of. It was a novella, and it was titled Futility by Morgan Robertson. And it was published in 1898, 14 years before the Titanic sank. So some people believe that extraterrestrial forces or premonitions were involved in the sinking of the Titanic. So this book told the story of the Titan, the largest ship ever built. It sank in April in the North Atlantic after hitting an iceberg with too few lifeboats.
Coincidence?
14 years before the Titanic sank, this is the book that was written. What?
Uh-huh.
I don't know. It sounds like Morgan Robertson was a witch.
Yeah. Definitely.
And okay, so some creepy coincidences connection to the book versus what actually happened. Okay. Both ships, so the Titan, which is supposedly a fictional thing, which Titanic,
of course, is right there.
You know, so both ships were described as unsinkable. Literally, the fictional, like this is nuts. A fictional book, which they could have just based the Titanic off of this book, you know, but it seems odd to me. Both struck icebergs in similar locations. They both carried the elite class, so like the highest of the high, you know, richest of the rich. And they both sank at night, killing over 1,500 people. Wow. Was Robertson clairvoyant?
I'm thinking yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
And people are thinking that they're fiction?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's like beyond weird.
Right?
Like that's something.
Those are just crazy. I want to read the book now.
I know.
Like that seems insane to me. Yeah, it came out in 1898, 14 years before the Titanic sank. Literally the exact plot line.
And this Morgan is just an author, or did they have another?
Morgan Robertson, just a regular old author.
Okay. Wow. No, definitely premonitions. It may have come to, is it a he or a she?
He.
Okay, in a dream or
something.
Saw it or just got inspired with
that
story, with creating that story.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
I definitely want to read that book.
Yeah, me too. So I want to wrap it up with my favorite of this conspiracies. So this one is about JP Morgan Chase. So deadly dinner party. That's what this article is called. I don't know where they come up with this stuff. But it's about the Federal Reserve plot. So JP Morgan had business and political rivals aboard the Titanic. Isidore Straus, Isidore and his wife owned Macy's. Benjamin Guggenheim and John Jacob Astor, all of whom were opposed to the creation of the U.S. Federal Reserve. So JP Morgan, not the author, was booked on the Titanic, but mysteriously canceled at the last minute. JP Morgan owned this boat. He owned White Star Line that built the Titanic and the Olympic. Remember, don't forget that. He allegedly had a lavish suite, prepared, but chose to remain in France. So he didn't get on the boat. And he was in France, not the UK, where the boat took off. And at the last minute decided not to go. But you were in France. You would have had to get to the UK. What? Well,
yeah.
It's not that close. I mean, it's close, but not that close.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He had things to do. He said, I can't make it.
All three of his powerful rivals that were against the Federal Reserve died on board. The Federal Reserve
mystery here.
Yeah. The year after 1913 was when the Federal Reserve was created.
Of course. Three, key components are no longer in the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
And where we are, where do we stand with the Federal Reserve now? Where are we? Really?
It's a freaking disaster. Okay, so it gets better. So I'm just gonna. Oh, what happened? I had a whole thing up. It's Mercury retrograde. It's these phones, you know what I mean? Yeah. All right, so here's the theory. The Titanic wasn't sunk by an iceberg. It was sunk to kill 3 men who stood in the way of the Federal Reserve. So the 3 men that I just said. I'm going to go into a little bit more detail here. So the last powerful men blocking the Federal Reserve boarded one ship in 1912. They never got off, and a year later, the bankers got their central bank. JP Morgan Chase, it is still in use today. Before 1913, the U.S. had no permanent central bank. Private banking families led by the Morgans, Rockefellers, and the Rothschilds wanted one. They wanted a central bank, right? But three men stood in the way. Benjamin Guggenheim, he was in charge of the mines, so mining empires, so like gold, all of that. Isidor Straus, he owned, he was one of the owners of Macy's, the big department stores, and he was also a known anti-central bank lobbyist. John Jacob Astor, the richest man in the world and at the time, and all three were vocal opponents of the planned Federal Reserve Act. And all three were invited aboard the RMS Titanic, a ship owned by J.P. Morgan.
For free.
For free.
Really?
Morgan canceled his trip, his own trip, last minute. They didn't.
You know, if my enemy is inviting me someplace and then backs out, I'm going to back out too.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Like, fishy. Hello.
Yes.
So the Titanic was said to be unsinkable, layered with safety tech and hand-picked elite passengers. Yet on April 15th, 1912, it sank in the deepest, coldest part of the North Atlantic. But here's what they didn't tell you. Lifeboats were deliberately reduced days before the launch.
Oh my goodness.
Crew members were switched last minute, including the captain. The ship split in two, a rare, unnatural break suggesting an internal explosion, not just an iceberg impact. So that's why I was saying earlier, like, it could have been all of these things because if there was a coal fire that weakened the metal or whatever, then it could have been all of them. Multiple survivor testimonies reported hearing explosions from below deck. This wasn't a freak maritime accident. It was an operation designed to look like one.
Boom.
Insane.
Yeah. No, that's
so,
crazy.
April 15th, 1912, tax day, the Titanic sinks. Three of the loudest anti-central bank billionaires are gone. December 23rd, 1913, Congress, in a nearly empty session during the holidays, quietly signs the Federal Reserve Act into law. Let's be honest here. This kind of shit still happens today. Yeah. They wait until, nobody's paying attention and they pass crap because there's less people that are willing to step into and oppose. Wow. So they waited till literally December 23rd, 2 days before Christmas, to pass the Federal Reserve Act. Cool. The same J.P. Morgan who canceled his Titanic trip became the face of the new financial era.
Jeez.
The central banking system was no longer resisted because the resistors were 6,000 feet under the Atlantic.
Wow. You know what? I bet that worm that was here was that guy.
Yeah, right. J.P. Morgan coming back. Like, shut the hell up, you guys. Yeah. This wasn't a delay in progress. It was a perfectly timed removal of financial threat.
Wow.
Yeah. So J.P. Morgan.
Makes a lot of sense.
This is like perfectly spelled out.
And even if there was a iceberg, maybe they knew directed to like, take this way.
Yeah. This is convenient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, make it seem like it was, in addition to that, but it started fill up. Wow. No.
Maybe there was no iceberg. Maybe it literally was just like, they just said it was.
Because it was cold and you're in the North Atlantic.
Yeah. There's plenty of ice. Yeah.
Wow. No.
Yeah. So J.P. Morgan, the titan of banking, owned White Star Line, the company behind the Titanic. He was scheduled to be on board. He canceled just days before his departure, claiming he was ill. But he was later seen perfectly fine in France. Okay. After the ship sank and the three anti-Fed billionaires drowned, Morgan emerged untouched and became the architect of America's new banking empire. Dominated U.S. banking policy after 1913 Federal Reserve Act, he merged more banks than any man in history. He became the de facto ruler of American finance. This wasn't luck. This was a survivor's reward for playing the game right.
Yeah.
In 1911, so the year before the Titanic set out, White Star Line's RMS Olympic was badly damaged in a Navy collision. I know we talked about this, but I'm just going a little more in depth. It was expensive, barely insurable, and a financial disaster. A year later, Titanic was built, nearly identical in design, insurable, hype-worthy, and carrying the wealthiest men alive. Many researchers believe the ships were switched. The Olympic was disguised as the Titanic, then deliberately sunk to cash the insurance and eliminate elite opposition.
Wow.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, all of those could have been. Yeah, literally.
Wow. Okay.
He lost billions of dollars millions of dollars on the Olympic. And what a great way. Now, not only did you just completely take over all of American finance, but now you just created insurance fraud. Whatever.
No wonder insurance is okay.
Right?
Wow. Okay.
So what evidence do we have of this? The Titanic's port windows, we talked about that earlier,
That's
didn't
really
match,
weird.
which is super odd. Yeah. Survivors noted the ship's interior layout was a little odd, like things didn't really make sense. And if this was a boat that was literally
Brand
built
new,
specifically
but yeah.
for this, why wouldn't, I mean, it would have been a little bit more well put together, right? Crew who worked on the Olympics said that they boarded the Titanic but saw familiar wear and tear. There was one guy that literally said, I carved my initials into the panel and it was still there.
Oh. Yeah, that's not a brand new ship.
No way.
Yeah.
Obviously, I mean, can we trust that one dude? Who knows? But this wasn't just this wasn't just mass murder. It may have been insurance fraud, assassination, and elite restructuring all in one move.
Yeah.
Like, dang.
Jeez.
So why
Greedy
were these
people.
three men such a threat? Like, what could they really have done, right? So John Jacob Astor, the richest man in America, backed gold-backed currency, publicly opposed a central banking cartel because he was in charge of all the mines. Which, honestly, John Jacob,
Yeah.
we would probably be in a much better spot if we would have just not sunk the Titanic, but whatever. Benjamin Guggenheim, mining tycoon and deep European ties, feared central bank control over commodity flows. Isidor Straus, the co-owner of Macy's, was vocal against private bankers influencing the state of money. He had personal access to U.S. politicians and didn't trust the Fed's creators. Together, they represented old wealth, family empires built before the Rothschild-style banking model. They didn't want debt slavery. They didn't want central control. Their deaths cleared the final resistance to the Federal Reserve Act. Within a year, the law passed, the Fed was born, and America was owned by interest. This wasn't just tragedy, it was financial warfare dressed up as a maritime disaster. So
Good.
freaking
you
crazy.
know, like article you got there.
I know, it's pretty good. It's a good one.
Yeah, no, that happened.
Yeah, right? It just makes so much sense. So another, more backing to this. There's been patterns of this throughout history. So kill opposition, pass the law. Doesn't that sound familiar?
Kill opposition, pass the... Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
somebody opposes you, kill the opposition, and then you
pass
get
the
a law approved.
Oh, yeah, that's happening now.
It's it's happening now. But here's let me just throw some names out there. Abraham Lincoln. He issued debt-free greenbacks to avoid central banks shot in the head.
Wow.
Shortly after, U.S. returns to debt-based money system.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. James Garfield. He warned whoever controls the money supply of a nation controls the nation. He was assassinated weeks later after making that statement.
Wow.
Here's my favorite one. Another thing about me is I'm obsessed with Titanic. 2, I'm obsessed with John F. Kennedy and his entire conspiracy situation. So much so that I want to name my daughter Kennedy.
Oh, I love that.
Okay, and also I found out that Monroe is a family name, and so I want to name my daughter Kennedy Monroe just because.
You just have to do it.
Oh my gosh,
Kennedy
we'll see.
Monroe. It will make people tilt their heads
Be
and
like,
be like, huh. Okay.
I think it's cute. All right.
Family name, you say? You say. Okay.
Oh my gosh. But JFK, he signed the executive order to strip the Federal Reserve of power, shot in broad daylight, obviously, in freaking Texas. And directly after the order was reversed after his death, literally days after his death.
Wow, how are we now catching up to this? Like why are we still in this situation?
How do we not
In life,
see this? Like, why are we so blind? Like,
yes.
Or most of us, I suppose, I guess.
Oh gosh. Okay.
So the Titanic's 3 billionaires were the last line of old world resistance to central banking. They died in 1912. The Federal Reserve Act passed in 1913. The pattern: remove resistance, pass the reset. Over and over, they don't argue, they eliminate.
Wow.
It's faster. And people just turn the other freaking cheek.
Yeah.
Schools teach Titanic as a love story. Not as a tragedy, but a tragedy, a symbol of human error.
No. Full blown target.
This was a strategic execution
Yeah.
of 3 anti-bank billionaires. Hollywood made it the most watched disaster in history, but never mentioned Astor, Guggenheim, or Strauss by name. probably couldn't. Like, think
Yeah.
about that. Freaking James Cameron probably would have been assassinated too.
Yes.
You know?
Please do not kill us.
Yeah, I don't want to die either.
No.
Just, you know, whatever.
Okay. We curse you. We curse you. We curse you.
Exactly. Books, documentaries, and museums focus on icebergs and violinists, not on JP Morgan's last minute cancellation or the Federal Reserve Act. Why? Because grief sells, but questioning power doesn't. The story was rewritten to keep you emotional, not analytical.
Wow.
They buried the motive under music, class, romance, and a frozen sea. You cried for Jack, but you never looked for the signatures behind the sinking. I mean, guilty,
Yeah.
right? It took
Oh,
me
yeah.
30 years to figure this shit out. Okay, that's actually not true. I've been deep into this for a while, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy.
Wow.
But think about it. If they would have made a movie about what really happened, that movie would have never came out.
Men in Black would have come and
Yeah,
yeah,
they
you
would-
can't air this. You have to shut.
Exactly. Totally.
Gosh. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So the Federal Reserve Act wasn't born through debate. It was midwife by silence, sabotage, and sea burial. When 3 of its loudest opponents went under, the world's most dangerous financial machine surfaced. And now every dollar you touch, every inflation spike you suffer, every recession that wipes out your savings began with a sinking that was never meant to be solved. You were never taught this pattern because if you saw it once, you'd start seeing it everywhere. You're welcome, you guys.
My goodness.
Yeah. Isn't that insane?
You know what? It's I can't. It's how do we get out of this, people? Like, really, what do we do?
Yeah, and for those of you that are like, oh, these are crazy people, look at the facts, you guys. Like,
Yeah.
this is history. And it's not even.
Yeah, it's just not the history that they want you to see.
Yeah, totally.
So go down your rabbit holes.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, this was incredible. I learned so much, and I'm just so angry.
I know. Now we're all mad about
I
everything.
think I don't have a chase bag.
Me neither.
No.
Not like it matters. They're all owned by
I
the same
guess,
people,
yeah. They're all merged somehow.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Whatever.
JP.
Cool. So
but
yeah, Titanic. Not a love story.
No.
I mean, I'm sure people were in love on the boat.
Man,
maybe.
I'm going to see it now so differently.
I know.
When I go watch it, just be like, oh, damn, who are
Yeah.
you? You behind.
Yeah.
Who are you hiding? You're not the real captain.
Yeah, not you.
Not you.
I know.
That is.
And there's several
insane.
documentaries you can watch too
Yeah.
about Titanic too, which are really fascinating. But yeah, I'd like to go to one of the museums one
That'd
day
be
for
cool.
sure and just look at everything and be like, that was mine. Or look for
Yeah.
like some names on the ledgers or whatever. Be like, I think I was on this boat.
Wow.
But one of these days, I'm going to do a regression specifically to like this and see. 'Cause I'm pretty sure I drowned in a lot of lives, so
Yeah.
like that comes up a lot for me. So it's not like, yeah. So I don't know. Just my connection. They have some weird deep tie
Yeah.
to this story and this boat and this whole situation that I
What
can't
if you were the
figure out.
wife of the Macy's guy? She was also in
What's
the
her name?
boat.
Ida or something? Maybe.
And maybe that's why, the heart of the ocean. Oh no, what is it called?
Yeah, the heart of the
That's
ocean.
right.
Yeah, the
It's
sapphire
yours.
necklace. Maybe.
Who knows?
Interesting.
Interesting. Well, this has been amazing. I love it. We have
Thanks for
tiny
taking this wild ride.
Demogorgons or Gorgons like coming and
Oh my gosh.
oh my gosh, yeah, no. But okay, thank you everyone. Sorry, I'm all
Now I'm all worried, like-
skittish with the little.
It's either a
thing.
ghost
fine.
or a bug of some sort.
I was worried that the pastry was gonna fall and it didn't. So I'm gonna finish it.
That's when you noticed.
And then I know, and no, I don't know what made me turn.
Huh.
Like I just like turn. I think maybe I did turn towards the pastry.
Yeah.
And I see it, and I'm like, ah.
Ugh. I've never seen one that color either. It was like a weird tan color.
Yeah, but like it had like a pinkish.
Yeah, it was very odd.
Like a skin color,
Ugh.
almost like.
Like a demigorgon.
No.
All right. Well,
Well, thank you, everyone. This was a great episode.
Yes.
You got not only your Titanic, you got authentic screams from,
yeah. Real life
relating what
events.
happened there.
Tucker coming home, you know.
I know.
So I hope I have inspired you to maybe look at some things a little differently, you know.
And keep it real, please.
Keep it real.
Let's be us. But thank you. Go follow us on all the medias. Join our coven at Patreon. We have a bunch of stuff there. And we drop episodes every Thursday. So
Yeah.
yes, that's it. Anything else?
I don't know.
Okay. Wear your lifeguard when your life jacket
Yeah.
when you
Count
go
the
into
lifeboats when you get on.
Yeah, if you're gonna boat. All right. Okay. Till next time. Besitos. Bye.
Peace.
Thanks for listening. And don't forget to follow us on social media at Witches Who Podcast.